Yeah, good morning. My name is Broderick Abomere. I'm welcoming you to my YouTube channel, the Broderick Abomere Dialogue. The topic I'll be talking about this morning is a vehicle recall. Vehicle recall is a situation where the manufacturers of automobile realize that the vehicle they have manufactured and sold to the public have defects with potential for serious injury and even death. And anytime there's a vehicle recall in the Western world, let me use United States of America as a case study where I reside. The manufacturer of those vehicles will send out a notice to every person that is driving that vehicle and ask them to return the vehicle back to the factory so that they will fix the manufacturer's defect on that vehicle. As I'm talking to you right now, about 1.7 million Ford vehicles are on active recall. 1.7 million vehicles manufactured by Ford are on active recall. And they have been mailing out notice to people that owns those vehicles to stop riding on those vehicles because of the possibility of serious injury and even death resulting from continued operation of this vehicle without fixing or rectifying the problem with the vehicle. So I got a notice recently with one of my vehicles was an active recall. And as I was going through it, something struck me. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. A lot of our folks here in the United States buy vehicles from here and ship them to Africa. And let me use Nigeria for instance. Ship them to Nigeria. So what happens when there is an active recall on vehicles? My question is there a way of alerting those people in Nigeria that are driving those vehicles that are on recall right now? I don't know if there is a way. And that's one of the reasons why I'm holding this dialogue this morning. Then if there is no way of alerting them, then we need to look further than witchcrafty attack from the pit of hell and bad road as causes of road accidents in Nigeria. Motor accidents is one of the leading causes of death in Nigeria, as we all know it. So if you are driving and driving around in one of those vehicles that are on recalls, you are driving around ignorantly on a death trap. When accidents occur, we are quick to blame it on an attack from the pit of hell. We blame it on the enemy or bad roads. Who knows how many of those accidents are caused by people driving vehicles that are on recall, and there are no ways of alerting people in Africa that the vehicles they are driving are on recall. I will be giving you a list of vehicles that I know that are on recall right now, starting with Ford. Every week, I will come out with a different list of vehicles. So if you are not sure if your vehicle is on recall or not, then at the end of this podcast, what you do is subscribe to my channel so that you can put your vehicle information there, the make and model of your vehicle. Put it there, and I will run it. And I will let you know if your vehicle is on active recall or not. And the other question is, if the vehicle is on active recall, how do we fix it? I don't know. So I'll be reaching out to Ford Motors this week to find out if they have a way, or if there's a way they can also activate the records in Nigeria and other African countries, because African lives matters too. As I'm talking to you right now, Ford Motors, they're putting owners of those vehicles that are on record, they're putting them on car rental, and they are going to, and they are fixing the defects on those vehicles free. The funniest thing is they've not even manufactured the parts to fix those vehicles. So they are telling the owners of those vehicles, stop riding your vehicle. Keep your vehicle, go to any car rental company and get a rental car. And Ford is paying for them to drive around a rental car. They are saying, oh, no circumstance wants to drive this vehicle. And some of those vehicles are definitely in Nigeria right now because of the volume of vehicles our people ship from here down to Nigeria. And people are driving around in those vehicles. So I'm going to give you names, give you names. Let me see if I can access my phone here. I'll give you names of some vehicles that if you have them, and I'll tell you exactly what to do to at least keep yourself and your loved ones safe. And even if you don't have a car, or if your vehicle is not one of the vehicles that I'm going to name for you, please help spread the word. Let your neighbor know that the vehicle they are driving, your friends, your family members, just spread the word, because you don't know who you're helping. You might not be riding a vehicle. You might have a son, a relative that is in school somewhere, enter transportation, and that person also would be at risk. The ones I know, I'm trying to access Ford Motor website right now, and you can also get this information from Ford website. Fusion. If you're driving Ford Fusion is on active record. Ford Fusion that was manufactured between 2007 and 2012. They're on active record. So if you're driving Ford Fusion, the Ford Fusion that you are driving, jiving, and smoothing around with is on active record. And the record, it has to do with the airbag. The airbag on the passenger side. On impact, the airbag on the passenger side will deploy and will kill the person sitting on the passenger side. So if you are driving around in any Ford Fusion, Ford Focus, Ford Edge between 2007 and 2014, please don't allow any person to stay on the passenger front seat, please, because you might be endangering that person's life. So don't allow your wife, your loved one, your friends. Please don't carry anybody on this vehicle. So let me give you a rundown. The vehicles that are active record right now are Ford Mustang 2005 to 2014, Ford Ranger 2005 to 2016. Sorry, yes. Then 2004 to 2006 as a Ford Ranger. Then Ford GT 2005 and 2006. They are on active record. If you have those if you have one of those vehicles, please stop driving them and stay tuned. And I will continue to give you guys information on how to get those things rectified. But that is after I get in touch with Ford Motors, which I intend to do this week. Then Ford Fusion. If you're driving a Ford Fusion from 2007 to 2014, the passengers the airbag on the passenger side, the front, have a defect. On impact, the airbag will deploy and it will kill the person sitting on the passenger side at the front. So if you don't have any other means of transportation, you want to continue to drive it, I will say don't let any person sit on the front. The driver is not at risk. If anything happens, the driver is safe, but the person sitting on the passenger side is the person that's at risk, and that person will be killed. Ford Fusion, Ford Edge. Ford Edge is also part of the record. So if you or a friend or family member having those model vehicle, please, they should stop driving it. Again, I'm going to give you the list again. Ford Edge 2007 to 2010. Ford Edge 2007 to 2010. Ford Fusion 2006 to 2012. Ford Fusion 2006 to 2012. Ford GT 2005 and 2006. Ford Mustang 2013, 2010, 2009, 2005, 2014. Ranger 2004 to 2012. Please, if you own any of those vehicles, stop driving them. Or if you don't have any other means of transport, don't allow any person to sit at the front. Don't allow any person to sit at the front, because at collision, the airbag will deploy and will explode on the person that is sitting on the front seat like a grenade, and to kill that person. This is very serious. The time here right now is 2:10 a.m. I didn't just wake up to come here and start ranting. The time here is 12:10 a.m. and it's very serious. If you are driving around in any of those vehicles I just mentioned, please stop riding on them. If you have a means of transport, if you don't have any other means of transportation, please don't let anybody sit at the front. The passenger seat, the driver is safe, but the front of the passenger seat is not safe. And there are a lot of Acura did recall. Honda also had a recall. So there are a lot of vehicles people are driving around, and people are dying unnecessarily from accident in Nigeria, because when these recalls are activated in a different in the Western world, they don't have a way of activating them in Africa, and that included Nigeria. So that is one thing I'm going to be committing myself to in the coming weeks and the coming month, to see how to get Ford Motor right now is on active recall. Look for a way to see if they can also activate the recall in Nigeria, and also reach out to other automobiles that have also have a vehicle recall before, to find out exactly what they can do to do the same in Nigeria, because the rate of road accident in Nigeria right now, anytime it happens, we'll say it's an attack from the enemy, it's an attack from the pit of hell. Some of those avoidable deaths are actually an attack from the pit of ignorance. Pro bono public code, knowledge is power. What you don't know, you don't know. If not that I got a letter in May telling me my vehicle, one of my Jeep Compass Sport is on record, I wouldn't know it's on record. And there was a record on that same Jeep Compass Sport about 2 years ago, when they said the seat belt will not deploy in case of any impact, and that was fixed. Now they just found out there's another recall on it. So please take it serious. If you are driving around any of those cars I just mentioned, please stop driving it. And if you have a vehicle, you are not sure if your vehicle is on recall or not, you can subscribe to my channel, then put the make, model of your vehicle, and I will run that, and I will revert to you in 24 hours and let you know if your vehicle is on active recall or not. My name is Broderick Sabumeri. Thank you, and God bless you.